Hello everyone, I would like to show you how to interact with API using Postman tool. So here is API documentation, simple book API, we have emulator of bookstore, we copy URL, and first of all we create collection, new collection, change the name of this collection, let's say simple book API, and let's create our first request. Let's call it get status. And get method, copy paste URL and write status. Send this request and we get a response. Response write as that status is okay, status code 200, which is mean everything successful done. So, but I don't want to copy paste this URL every time in a new request, so I would like to create a variable. Let's call this variable paste URL, and choose collection scope. Don't forget to save all your requests. And if I would like to create new request, I can simply duplicate previous one. So next one will be list of book. It's using get method as well. So duplicate, change the name, right here list of books, change status to the books, yes, and end this. Very nice. Here is a list of our books which we can find at the store. And I would like to add cure parameters. First will be type, and according to API documentation, type could be fiction or non-fiction. We choose fiction, so here we look at our response just books with type fiction. And another cure parameters is limit. Limit could be a number between 1 and 20. So you can see 2 means we see just 2 of books in our response. If we choose, for example, 22, we get an error message according to this documentation. And batch request status 400. So let's leave here 2. It will be nice for us. Okay. Next request will be get single book. So let's copy this and return to our Postman. Duplicate previous request, change the name, get a list of get a single book. Yes, correct here. So, and we get another field path variable with book ID, and let's choose 2, and you can see we get in response book ID number 2 and more detailed information. You can see it's available on stock, previous one wasn't available on stock. Oh, and let's go to another more important request. It's post request. We would like to post an order. So let's duplicate. Don't forget to save previous one. So change the name to submit an order. Change the URL. Yes, orders. And in this request, we will have body. So we need to choose body, choose row, and choose JSON format, not text, not HTML, XML. Let's use JSON because JSON is more comfortable to our eye. And don't forget to change method from get to post. And oops, we get an error message, missing authorization header. Let's return to API documentation and see what's wrong. Authorization bear token. We need a bear token. Okay, API authentication. Submit a review and order, you need to register your API client. Okay, let's do this. Let's create another post request. Simply duplicate previous one, change the name to a register an API. Here write API clients. Yes, and we need a body. Just simply copy paste from here. Row JSON, okay, paste. And let's change the client name to something else, like, I don't know, let's write rich. Let it be rich. Okay. And doesn't matter actually what you write here. It's absolutely up to you. I choose last example.com. It's a nice example of email. Let's send this request. In the response body, we get an access token. Let's copy this access token. And I don't want to add especially this access token everywhere I need, so I would like to create another variable. I go to option of simple book edit, choose variable, and add a new variable. The name of this variable will be access token. Initial value I would like to add as well because it will need us a little later when we create a monitor. We will talk about this a little later. So don't forget to save, and now go to our post request, go to headers, and you can see there's a lot of headers, but we need additional one, authorization. So choose this one, bear token. We already shared something. Let's delete this. I think it's from my previous tests. And add variable access token and send. Here we go. True. And we get an order ID, status code 201, which means everything okay. Don't forget to save. Okay, go back to API documentation and check what could we do else. Get all orders. Okay, let's get all orders. It's a simple get request. So let's duplicate one of our previous get requests. Yes, change the URL. Okay. And headers, send. Missing the authorization header, error message we get here. I don't know why it doesn't save, but okay, we can do it we can do it again. Let's try. Oh, everything okay. We just see we just have we have just one order. Here it is. ID, book ID, customer name, very nice. And next request has a name get an order, which means we would like to get a particular order, but we have just one in our list, so I don't know. Let's do this. Let's do this because API documentation let us to do this. Duplicate previous one. I see here will be the same. Not the same. Okay, order ID. delete order, put a slash. Okay, and attack. Yes, we should change name and pass variable. We have an order ID, and we should change it to, yes, we need this ID. Copy. Okay, and return to our new request. And paste it here, value of this pass variable. Okay, we get the same order because we don't have any else. Don't forget to save, and let's return to our API documentation. Update an order. Well, this is interesting. Here we have new method patch. So let's copy this, return to Postman, duplicate one of the previous requests because we are lazy persons, yes. Let's rename this and call update and order. Choose patch method. Change URL it will be the same. Okay, and yes, we need body, and here's our body in JSON format. Just copy this, return to Postman, open body, choose row, choose JSON format, and paste. Okay, and we have header, we have access token, everything okay in the time. This time, okay, let's return to our body, and I would like to show you another function of Postman. I don't want to call my customer name John. I just to randomize this name and use for this variable random username. But how can I know which name Postman choose for this customer? Let's go to console. We have console, we have a lot of other things. Let's clear and make a request again. And here you can see request body. And here you can see the name, customer name, Christian Upshire, I think. Okay. And let's go to last request. This is delete method. I think we don't need something special for this. Just copy this URL. Basically, I think it's not URL. Every time I say URL, but it's endpoint, I think. This will be correct name. Okay, duplicate previous one, change name, change method, delete, yes, body, we don't need body here, and authorization we're talking okay, parameters order, ID order, we get it, so let's send, close console, yes, 204, no content, okay, it's still successful for us. And let's try to get this order. Send request with get this order. No order with ID, with follow ID. Okay, 404 code we have. Very nice. So this is end, I think. And now, what could we do now? Update an order, delete an order, submit an order. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, everything okay. Just save, don't forget to save. And now I would like to show you how I could use runner collection, how I could run collection tests, but at first I should add tests. So let's go back to our first request, choose tests, and on the right, you can see a lot of snippets. So let's call one of them, status code, one of them, status code is 200, and run it. Status code is okay, test result 101, you can see status code is 200, but let's change to something else, for example 204, and don't forget to change it here as well. Send, and test fail. Let's return to 200 because we don't want to test being failed. So what else we could add here? Actually, we could a little change the way of this test, right? For more modern, it should looks like this. Yeah, this one will be nice. Let's check. Everything works correct. Nice. And let's add some other tests. For example, response time is less than 200 milliseconds. Let's run. Response time is less than expected. Okay. Let's change, for example, 400. And don't forget to change here as well. Now everything okay. Response time less than 400. And what else we have here? Code name has string. I think this one will be good for us. Yeah. So we want to have status, but we should write not created, but okay, because we have status okay, just capital letters. Yes. Send. The time response time expected 746. Oh my god, why so long? Okay, but in the body we have status okay, and status okay we have right in our test. Nice. That's about tests. So now we can start runner and add our simple book API collection. Just ignore registration API. Here you can choose iteration. For example, let's choose 3. Delay, I don't know, let it be 10 milliseconds, and run collection. And you can see here is iteration one by one, iteration one by one. And another function that I would like to show you is monitors, because you don't want even run this collection manually. Let's call this test monitor. Use collection, its name. Okay, environment, we don't have any environment. So here you can choose weekly, every day. How often would you like to start these monitors? Okay, enable 7. And just start. So at the time I could run it manually. Here you see, we get all the information. And that's all, guys. Thank you.